Hi, today we're going to be talking about character revision. As we talk about the ways in which characters respond to trouble in thematically linked texts, texts that have the same themes, but maybe they're characters. We had talked in our chart last week about how the characters react differently, though, to different situations. We also compared those choices to one we have made ourselves in our own lives, with the goal of thinking how character traits are always revisable. Characters can change is what we're trying to say. Good readers recognize characters change and revise their ideas about characters based on new evidence. So look back at a character post-it from the beginning of your book to find evidence about the character's traits. What was your character like at the beginning? The traits, the way they responded to trouble. Look for new evidence that shows how the character acts at the end of the book. What is your character like now? Do they have the same traits? Do they still respond to trouble in the same way? And what you want to do then is to analyze the differences in this change. How did the character change? Why did the character change? Sometimes they're forced because of situation to change who they are. At the beginning of the book, the character, here's an example of a template you could use for a post-it. You can start by saying at the beginning of the book, the character blank 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 because blank blank blank. Now the character, however, now at the end of the book, the character is blank 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 because blank blank. And this shows me that blank blank blank. That sounds kind of confusing, but let's take a look at how it looks. At the beginning of the book, Rosario does not listen to her mother about the party. She says, "I'm going because I'm invited," to show her mom that she doesn't agree with her. At the end of the book, Rosario instinctively presses herself against her mother's body after Senora Inez offers her the money because she knows her mother was right. This shows me that Rosario finally sees what her mother has seen all along, and she realizes why she was invited to the party. Here's how that post-it would look. At the beginning of the book, Rosario thinks she knows better than her mother because her mother doesn't think she and Luciana are friends. Now, Rosario is dependent on her mother and needs her support because she instinctively presses herself against her mother's body. This shows me that she is not so sure of herself anymore and realizes that she needs her mother. As we pay attention to our characters, we need to be open to many ideas about our characters and realize our ideas about characters will change as the character changes. As the characters encounter more experiences in the book. Also, this helps us to see what lessons our characters have learned, which will lead us to the themes of the story. So what you're going to need to do now is to go off and look and see how your character has changed from the beginning of the book to the end of the book and what that tells us about them. And you need to put that down in writing and give evidence from your book of these changes. Off you go to do good work.